with the football game. All right, I think that's a good place to start here. Being that in New York, over here on the East Coast, Eastern Standard Time Zone, we had two really big games this weekend. We had two opening day games. One with the Giants with a retooled offensive line, and another one with the Jets with a brand new quarterback, possibly a franchise quarterback. They have a new running back.
Good wide receiver, Anunwa.
Can we get your thoughts on the Giants game first?
You know what? My first impression about the Giants game was like, hey, is this still McAdoo? You know, I mean, offensive line sucked. Running game up the middle sucked. Passing game sucked. I mean, offense in general sucked. Slow offense. No big plays. No big shots down the field.
Yeah.
I mean, come on.
I agree. I agree with you. I agree totally with you. And, you know, the Saquon Barkley was the big run. All right, he ran for 68 yards. You take that away, he didn't have a good day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I mean, he's a good back. No question about it.
He is a good back, but he's going to be killed with this terrible offensive line, and he's going to be killed with these typical Eli Manning days of 220 yards, 0 touchdowns, 1 interception. It's like an Eli Manning day. Occasionally he'll throw a touchdown in with the interception. But it's an Eli Manning day it's become. You know what I mean?
Here's the thing. I don't know. I liked how much they got the ball into the playmakers' hands, or at least tried to. Beckham was targeted 15 times. Barkley touched the ball 18 times. Both these guys are super dynamic. I don't really know why they kept handing the ball, especially in the first half, to Barkley in between the tackles. We got to get this guy outside the tackle.
Outside. Let him create. Absolutely.
They busted that off-tackle run on the right side. He busted it for 70 yards. When he gets into the open field one-on-one, it doesn't matter at high school level, college level, the NFL level. This guy is elite. But you got to get him outside the tackles. You got to get him one-on-one with the second level, especially when you have an offensive line that basically refuses to block. So
listen,
they went out in the offseason and they spent some money on Nate Solder, right?
Yep.
A lot of money.
A lot. Hope it works good.
He's terrible. He's terrible. He didn't do anything. He did nothing. He couldn't block. So
he was better than Eric Flowers.
Yeah, by a very little bit. So I don't know. To me, I don't know. Without an offensive line, these guys are just not guys like Saquon Barkley. Guys like, listen, he's not a mobile quarterback, so he's not going to be able to. Create plays.
Let me jump in on Eli. Do you think he's traumatized right now? Like a little bit in that pocket?
No.
I feel like he's traumatized the way he's so afraid to get hit because he's going to get crushed.
Listen, here's what I have to say. Ready? Nate Solder.
I got no more use for this guy.
John Halffield.
I got no more use for this guy.
Patrick O'Mara.
I got no more use for this guy.
Eric Flowers.
I got no more use for this guy.
Absolutely. Every one of them.
When do we...
I'm looking to watch is the kid Will Hernandez. He can at least play. The other guys can't even play. You got to I don't know. Maybe get Eric Flowers out of there totally and see if things can change. There's a guy on their practice squad who's willing to try more. That's a guarantee. There's a guy on that practice squad who is willing to try more. I mean, just imagine being Eli Manning. Now, that Jacksonville defensive line is fucking tenacious. They're coming at you a million miles an hour. And now here goes Eli Manning, who's already got this fucking palsy face on. You know what I mean? What is that? How's he supposed to be able to play football?
All right, let me ask you. Hold on. Let me ask right now. I'm going to go to Dougal first on this, then Billy. We are in week 1, right? I want the answer. Did they mess up not getting a quarterback? Dougal.
Too early to say. We're not going to know that until a few years down the line. I mean, obviously, Darnold looked really good, but if the Giants can win this year, next year, or the third or fourth year, then if they can win a fucking Super Bowl with Barkley, then it's worth it.
But it's not with Barkley. It's with the quarterback. What team wins with a running back? It's not that team won with the running back. It's the quarterback that leads them there. The accessory is the running back.
Well, they already have a quarterback. They have Eli as the quarterback.
Are you still considering him an elite quarterback right now? Is my question.
He's not an elite quarterback, but he has weapons. He has Beckham. He has Barkley. I mean, we're talking about the decision to draft Barkley or Darnold. That's what we're talking about.
I understand, but what you're saying is that he has the weapons, Eli Manning. So why wouldn't you give him to a very good arm that has such potential?
Because you need a game manager, Dave. You need a game manager, and that's what Eli Manning is.
Okay. I mean, he's won the Super Bowls. I can't argue. He's won Super Bowls. What can I say, you know? But I look at him, he fucking drives me nuts. Even when he was winning Super Bowls.
It's not him. He's not the problem. He's not the problem. Everybody knows who Eli Manning is, what he brings to the table, what his strengths and weaknesses are. He's been around here a long time.
What happened last year? What happened last year against that Green Bay playoff game? Drop.
Yeah. I mean, listen, when they decided to re-sign him, now, here's the first thing. The Monday after the first game is historically known as Overreaction Monday. And that's something I want to ask you guys about, overreactions. Something like, are the Jets more likely to make the playoffs than the Giants?
Listen to me, the Jets played they played the Lions. The Giants played fucking Jacksonville. The two defenses aren't even on the same ballpark.
So that would be an overreaction statement.
100%. Listen, the kid was great. He wasn't playing Jacksonville. Jacksonville's the real fucking deal. You know what I'm saying? They're a real deal.
Absolutely.
They're legit. The Detroit Lions are a fucking Division I college football team.
They didn't want to play. They didn't want to play.
No, it's ridiculous. I mean, listen, I'm not taking anything away from the Jets. Hell of a job, Jets. Hell of a job. Made New York look good. But you got to do Here's my thing. I said it to the guy I work with. When they play New England, we're going to see what Jets we have.
You know what happened this weekend? You know what happened this weekend? The Jets went up to Detroit, and they went out to eat last night. You know what they had? You know what they ordered? A Stafford sandwich. That's what they ordered. A Stafford sandwich. Hold the mayo.
Man.
Oh my
God.
God.
I tell you, I did, I don't know, you guys do the DraftKings FanDuel?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I tried doing, FanDuel, because Tommy, he's like, I want stock in FanDuel, get FanDuel. But they really let me put my money in. Yeah, rich get richer.
No,
but anyway.
You gotta do DraftKings because you don't have to pick a kicker. Who the fuck wants to play with a kicker?
Fuck that.
No, you don't, no, I'm on the other one. I didn't pick a kicker, no kicker.
It used to be a kicker on there. That's why.
So I pick, and I get the Jets defense. They got me 27 points.
They looked really good. The Jets defense looked really good. They looked like they were on point. They looked like a really good unit. They were working together. Mo Claiborne had an interception. Adams looked great. I mean, their whole fucking defense looked really good.
If you don't mind me, I'm going to stick with that FanDuel thing real quick, because I also did a Major League Baseball team, right? I drafted, and I think I got screwed here. I picked a Met. Who are the Mets playing?
The Phillies.
Right now?
Whoever they're playing. But I picked two guys. I picked one guy from the Mets, and I picked one guy from the team they're playing.
All right, so you got Nimmo and someone else.
They got rained out.
Yeah.
So I'm in my thing. Bro, I scored 98 points without two guys.
Yeah.
Or no, it was 112. 112 without two guys. How am I supposed to know it's going to be rained out?
Those are things you got to pay attention to if you want to win money playing.
You got to do your advanced scouting. You have to do your advanced scouting. You got to know the weather.
But in baseball, it could be delayed.
No, you can't count on that. You can't count on delay. You got to know what the weather's going to be like. 100%.
I don't think that's right. Listen, let me tell you, Vinny up the block when he used to take bets, he didn't worry about what it was. You know, if it's rained out, you got to push.
No, you got to know the weather. Come on.
Yeah, but like if you go right now on a site to gamble and you try to look at a line for the Packers game, they're not going to give you one. You know why? It's going to say no line yet due to Aaron Rodgers' injury. Because they're doing their homework before they get money involved. You're
it's
going to
like,
play for money.
How's the ankle doing? Does he need a shot? Can he walk? Is he in a boot? Is he limping? Is he practicing? How much is he limping? Does he zinc crutches?
Fucking his brother. You got to know these things.
Let's stay on the Packers right now. You guys watch that game?
Yeah.
Of course I watched that game.
Okay. Aaron Rodgers, you think he has a torn ACL?
So
I don't think it was an ACL. I think it was an ankle.
I have a question.
Was it ankle? The way his... Yeah.
His leg. It was his leg.
It's somewhere in the
body
leg.
injury.
That shit was no good. The leg was no good. It was one way when he started the day. It looks different now.
Yeah, I agree.
Here's the problem. How many times is this guy's leg going to break? He leaves in a car, he comes back in, wins the game, and then we don't know what happened. Is it all for dramatic effect, or is this guy really getting hurt?
And it doesn't even matter because they didn't cover. They didn't cover, so what's the point anyway?
Oh, stop. It's not all about fucking gambling. Listen, I lost money on that game, too. Luckily, I was playing a poker tournament, taking everybody's money at that point.
We're not going to hurt you.
That's what they're saying with Aaron Rodgers.
Speaking about gambling, we got, Bill, I want to get your take on this game because we got the Chargers -7 at Buffalo. We know Buffalo sucks. We know Nathan Peterman sucks. We know the Chargers are going across country. Now, we understand that. The Chargers lost last week to the Chiefs. A lot of drops. I like the Chargers in this game. It started out as -9. It's down to -7. Bill, do you have any feeling on this?
No, my problem is that for 5 years I've been high on the Chargers, and for 5 years they've been taking money out of my pocket, and for 5 years I've been talking shit about how good the Chargers are going to be, and for 5 years they can't do shit.
But they're playing Buffalo. I just want to throw that out there.
They still suck.
All right. So you going Buffalo here?
No, I'm not touching that game with your money.
I'll be honest, Mr. Dougal, I'm taking the Chargers. They gave up on drop passes, 3 touchdowns last game.
You can't drop touchdowns. God.
You can. And listen to me, this is the NFL. They're not dropping passes. They're not dropping touchdowns week after week. I'm going to say the first week was a fluke. I give them the credit the second week. They're playing the Buffalo Bills, who I can put together a Brooklyn Expo team that can beat the Buffalo Bills.
You got to lose league fees. You got to lose league fees.
How many points can they beat anyone by, though? They look. Hold on a second. Dougal, you're out there on the West Coast. You watched this game, correct?
Yes, sir.
You have confidence for them to beat any NFL team by a touchdown or more?
Who's on the Chargers?
Buffalo might be the only team. That might be the only team I like them to beat. Yeah, especially they're going to get away from home. They're going to get away from L.A., go on the road, forget about that loss, forget about everything they always do in L.A., which is miss field goals from 10 yards and just go out and win a game. Go on the road. Go to the hotel, you know?
Joe Flacco dropped 40-something points on this weekend. He's
He throws a good long ball. Great long ball, Joe Flacco.
Two words for you. 2 words for you on Buffalo. Nate Peterman.
Yeah, that guy's terrible. He's terrible. He's absolutely horrible. I don't know. I wouldn't even bet on that game. There's only one game that jumped out at me on the line I took today. As we get further into the week, I'll probably have a better understanding of it. The only line that really jumped out to me, though, was this Redskins game. You see this line?
Who they playing? All right, the Redskins versus the Colts, yeah.
Redskins against the Colts. How you doing?
Yeah, Redskins. Redskins.
Yeah, let me ask you. In the past 10 years, I thought about this. If I bet the money line on the Patriots, I would have been up a ton of money, right?
Yeah, absolutely. Also, if you took you wouldn't even need to bet the money line because that's where you get yourself into like some kind of, you know what I mean? You really wouldn't even need to bet the money line.
Right. I mean, before last year when the Patriots started the playoffs, when they played Jacksonville and they didn't cover, and they played this team and they didn't cover, before the playoffs last year, the Patriots were 25-6 against the spread in their last 31 games. Okay?
Bro, that's fucking crazy. Why do we... Let me ask you a question, because I put bets into my life. You know what I mean? Why don't I just follow that? Why would it was fucking a good record? Why didn't I just follow the Patriots?
I think it's over though. To be honest with you, I don't think they're covering no more. I think like that.
No, I agree.
They had their time when they covered, and now it's over.
Hold on. Everybody remain calm for just 1 second here. The reason that we never did this is because amongst ourselves, maybe not spoken out loud, but at least in our brain for the past 3 years,
Spoken word.
Saying, I think it's over. I think it's over.
You always think it's over.
9 years old. He's 40 years old. He's 41 years old. They don't have any other players. I don't think it's over. So you never do it because you think it's over.
It's never over with this guy.
Speaking about the Patriots, -2 at Jacksonville.
Pats.
Okay.
Wait a minute. The history of Jacksonville, though. The history is Jacksonville. The history in this game is Jacksonville. I agree. I want to take the Pats, but literally, Jacksonville has the history.
I understand that. And Jacksonville's defense is fucking ferocious, and Tom Brady's scared of them. But yeah, that's one of the defenses where you can actually see him be a little bit different in the pocket when he plays this Jacksonville D-line. But it's still Tom Brady. It's still Bill Belichick.
That's what I said for the Super Bowl last year against the Eagles.
Jacksonville barely beat the Giants.
That was a road game. That was on a road. They're at home now. Come on. That defensive line, you know about Jalen Ramsey, 2.
What is
no, it's not.
Patriots -2 on the road, Bill.
Yeah, Pats.
Okay.
Pats.
All right.
Lock it up.
Now, let me ask you, because we're talking about the Patriots, I thought about this when I saw him this week. Is there something with Brandon Cooks maybe in the locker room that's an issue? He's such a top caliber receiver because he could go in the wide out, he could line in the slot. He's just so versatile. I can't see two teams. I know the Patriots will chuck anybody; they don't care. But he's just going team to team to team, kind of. Yeah.
You remember getting chucked as a kid? When people got chucked.
Did I say chucked?
Worst feeling. I just happened to be very lucky, and the one sport where you would really get chucked was football, and I was very good at schoolyard football, so I never got chucked. But
chucked is tough.
Man, I saw people get chucked, and I saw them melt down, like their entire life came crashing down around them over being chucked.
That's a tough thing. You're literally being thrown out of where your friends are. Like, you're literally not good enough to hang out with your friends. You're done. Like, you're not good enough to hang out with this group. Go find somebody else.
I mean, is it any different than getting cut from any team?
It's worse because it's your friends doing it. Let me ask you though, is it worse to get chucked or picked very last?
I don't know. I mean, Google, have you ever been chucked?
No.
Never been chucked. Dave, have you ever been chucked?
With an arm like this and legs like these, baby, I've never been chucked. Never.
I don't think I've ever been chucked. Like I said, I just happen to be good at football, and I feel like where we grew up, that was the chucking game. You weren't getting chucked from a...
Who can we get on the horn that's been chucked?
Well, Brian had the biggest meltdown of all time from being chucked.
You know what? I knew you were going to big up Brian Edwards. You were going to do this. I knew.
I'm not talking nobody's last names here, man. We're bringing people's fucking government
names, might be listening
man.
to this. We're famous now. We're known now. We're famous. He's probably listening to this.
I know. Hold on.
YouTube.
Hold on. Are you bringing up the Joey Sanchez incident?
No, I'm not bringing up the Joey Sanchez incident.
Whoa.
Okay?
Let's not put people
what
on
I'm
blast
saying
right
is,
now.
Yeah, you're putting way too many government names out here.
Yeah, we're famous. This is a known, we're known now. We're not just starting out. This is on YouTube, people are listening to this.
It's podcast number 2.
So, what if this kid's boss, right now, this kid had a major meltdown, okay? He got chucked, and he lost his shit. He started screaming at everyone in the schoolyard, I'm chucked, you're chucked, you're all fucking chucked, right? And he had like that little bit of a, in his, when he would talk. So he's chucking the whole fucking schoolyard, you're chucked.
A little bit of a lisp.
His mom had to take him out of the schoolyard. She was pulling on his coat. He ripped his coat off so he could chuck more people, all because he wasn't allowed to play, right? Now, if his boss hears this, Or one of his coworkers, he goes into work tomorrow. If you heard this about a guy you work with, he walks into work tomorrow, you chucking him? Because I'm chucking the shit out of him.
As soon as he walks through that front door,
you're chucked. You're chucked. You're chucked.
Without a doubt.
So you can't be using people's government names is what I'm trying to say.
Brian Edwards, I apologize.
Listen, we're talking about like 1992 right now.
That was probably 92, 93-ish probably, yeah.
Right. And like I said, I was just very lucky that in football, where people were getting chucked, I happened to be very good. If people were getting chucked from punchball, I would have got chucked every fucking day.
Yeah.
It was not my game.
That was such I want to say, a good era of getting brought up. You know, like, you just learned the competitive nature. You didn't need to be in organized sports to learn the competitive nature. Like, now, they got every kid in every league, and then he signed up for the conditioning league for them. It wasn't like that when we grew up, you know what I mean? You go to the schoolyard, your conditioning was getting drilled on the concrete and getting back up. You know what I'm saying?
Had Brian Edwards been chucked in Arizona...
Braylon Edwards.
if he got chucked in 2018 in a school in Missouri, he would have walked in the next day and blazed the whole fucking place up.
Johnny Blaze.
100% right. Because kids don't know how to show emotion the way that he showed emotion that day. He just let it all fucking hang out.
He was more John Blaze than that. He was more John Blaze than that.
My shit is more John Blaze than that. And you know what? Hey, to his credit, he was a good ball player.
Not bad.
You know what he was? I'll tell you what. Let me tell you, my father in the 68th precinct, they used to have a huge draft, and he was the last pick, Brian Edwards, for the draft. It was between him and I forget the other kid's name, but my father took him because he said that's a ball player's name, Brian Edwards, and that's why he got drafted to the team. I swear, it was pretty crazy. It was him and Rob something. I forget. Actually, the other kid went to Peggy O'Neill's. That's 100% correct.
More John Blaze than that. He was more John Blaze than that.
Wait. So you just asked the question moments ago, is it worse to get chucked or to get picked dead last? Now, I was referring to like a schoolyard game, okay? Now, you're talking about an entire fucking zip code league. You're talking about, how many kids are in that league? 200 kids?
Bro, I'll tell you what, I found my father's rating system. He would give, he had arm, speed, hitting, and he would, put checks. You're wearing a lot of checks with Braylon Edwards' name, that I can tell you.
So you're talking, your dad was like the Billy Bean of the local precinct.
68 precinct,
baseball.
baby. Bay Ridge Seafood, later named Bay Ridge Bicycle.
All I used to hear about was Prestige Printing.
Oh, Prestige. They never won anything. Never won anything. It was Bay Ridge Seafood that won everything with JP on the mound.
All right, wait. Let's get out of here for a minute. We're getting stuck in the past right now. We're getting stuck in the past. But
I remember when I was 10 years old and I was at the 68th precinct signing up for baseball, sitting there waiting for the paperwork. 15 feet away from me to my right, there was a dude locked up. He was waiting a trial. Yeah. You know, hey, you have a cigarette? No, I don't have a cigarette.
Hey, at least, at least you weren't black. At least you weren't black because they would have shot you.
Problematic.
Wait.
Moving right along here.
Yeah, well, that's actually a really a decent segue, getting stuck in the past and then talking about police officers. I don't think we need a full moment because we're kind of on abbreviated time here, but we do need to mention that today is September 11th, and we want to give a shout out to everybody who was impacted on that day and continues to be impacted on that day from now for the rest of their lives and the next generation. I think that's important to mention.
To the first responders.
Everybody have a drink to that one. And
okay.
And that brings me to another thought. The way sports can transcend into society. Now, we're talking about here how sports transcended into our own lives, but Go back. Dougal, you're a Mets fan. That Mike Piazza home run?
Mike Piazza home run.
I mean,
I'll never forget that. I will never forget that. He hit that home run. That was New York, man. That was a home run lifted by New Yorkers, bro. Let me tell you, that was incredible.
And Dave, you and I, we're not Mets fans.
No, 100% not. Make that clear. And especially at that time, I was a diehard Yankee fan. But that home run was, listen, I wish it was a Yankee hitting that home run, but it wasn't. It was Mike Piazza. He hit the biggest home run in New York City history. There is no bigger play than that in New York City history. Any New York team there's nothing better than that.
Does it
nothing.
any way take away that he did steroids? Take away from that home run?
No, I don't care if he had a needle hanging out of his ass. I don't care if he had a needle hanging out of his ass when he hit that fucking home run. Listen, you were here, Dougal. You lived here then. New York needed that.
Absolutely. I was just gonna say we needed that, man.
He put the city on his back.
Like Jay-Z.
And city on his back.
And another big shout, because I've been watching the replay because it's 9/11. Everybody shows it. Not political or anything, but G.W. Bush getting out there. He threw a fucking seed to home plate.
Now, wait. That's a very important game to talk about for multiple reasons. You were talking about being a Yankee fan. You wish the Yankees did it. The Yankees really needed to win that World Series. It didn't work out that way. Whatever. That doesn't really matter. That game, there's a documentary about the game where George Bush threw out the first pitch.
30 for 30.
And he said...
Hold on, Billy.
I'm going to get to it, Dave. I'm going to get to it. So, George Bush is getting ready to throw out the first pitch, and he's got the Secret Service around him in the clubhouse. And basically, his number one guy said, "All right, listen, there's going to be 4 of us on each side of you, and there's going to be a guy ducking down in front of you when you throw the ball." And George Bush said, "Nah, I don't want the world to see me like that. I'm the leader of the free world, and I need to go out there. And if somebody puts a bullet in my head, then they put a bullet in my head."
And he went out there and he fucking in the book depository building.
He went out there and he fired a strike. Now that was the most secure building in the United States that day. And guess what? We walked into that fucking stadium with fake tickets.
Fake tickets, that's a fact. We bought fake tickets, bro. We bought them off a guy scalping outside. I'll never forget that.
Dougal, have you ever seen a World Series or a Super Bowl or an NBA championship ticket? Do you know what it looks like?
Right, a ticket.
It's this big ticket. It's like a huge
barcode.
Square. This guy sold us regular box seat tickets like that were on a ticket stub. The guy at the front gate.
No, the guy at the front gate. No, he at the front gate.
You remember?
It was an old guy. He's like, I haven't seen these tickets. And then I go, yeah, I said to him, I was like, my mother works for the DOE. She got me these tickets to the Department of Education. He lets us right in, this guy. We go up, right? And we go up to our seats, that section, and we're standing there, and we're like, all right, we're looking. This section doesn't fucking exist. Then we see another guy, and he looks at us. He sees us looking, and he goes, "You bought those tickets outside?" He's like, and we're like, "Yeah." He goes, "That Rastafarian guy?" He's like, "Yeah." He goes, "He sold me the same tickets."
Roger Clemens on the mound that night, too. Roger Clemens on the mound that night.
I know you guys, like Bill, you're not a huge baseball guy, you're more football. What do you guys feel about, as fans of the game, and fans of guys who played sort of the game and stuff like that, what do you feel about the launch angles?
That and exit velo are useless to me. And if they say exit velo again, I might never watch a baseball game again. How many times can you possibly say the word exit velo in a fucking game? How many times?
I agree.
How many fucking times?
I agree totally. And like my mentality is like home runs are great, but you also have to hit. You know what I mean? You have to be a hitter too, in my eyes.
Dougal, what do you think is said more in a broadcast? In a baseball game, exit velo, or in a football game, RPO? What's said more times?
Well, it depends if it's a fucking Eagles game. That's all you're going to see is RPO. They have that production set up like 2 days before. We're going to have an RPO video set up. RPO.
What I don't like about RPO is that's the first thing you learn about in football. Like, that's literally the first play you learn.
It's like a high school play.
Literally. That's a fucking Pop Warner play. Is RPO. I mean, they're trying to make this like this is some revolutionary fucking thing here. It's not. It's not revolutionary. It's not revolutionary. What's revolutionized is that in the NFL, you can't rip the quarterback's head off when he does that. That's the difference, and that's the only difference.
So why has it been successful for the Eagles? I mean,
because they can't kill the quarterback.
Nick Foles, he wasn't really running though. I mean, the other guy was running a little bit.
But they can't kill the quarterback. They're not allowed to kill the quarterback. That's why. That's the only reason why. If they were able to kill the quarterback like they used to, these guys wouldn't even be willing to do that. Because think about it. You're taking an extra full second and risking taking a hit every single time they run that play. But you can't drive your skull into the chin of a quarterback anymore. So why not do it? You got to exploit the rules when they're made for you.
Speaking about football, we got the Giants. We got Dallas -3 at home against the Giants. I mean, the Giants are 0-1. They really need this game. I don't think either team's going to make the playoffs, but I kind of like the Giants in this game. I feel like they always play well at Dallas.
Who do you have coming out of the NFC East?
Eagles.
The Redskins?
Eagles. Philly, baby.
Is Carson Wentz going to play?
Doesn't matter. I mean, they're
It matters.
But did you see that game against Atlanta? Their defense is really good. Their defense is really good, Bill.
I thought the Redskins looked better than the Eagles this week.
Okay, so you're going to tell me the Redskins are going to win that division?
Dougal, take that bet. Take that bet, Dougal. Take that bet
now. 100%.
What can I get
right now?
Am I getting 5-1?
Yes.
All right, give me 5-1. $10 right now.
Yep, you got it. I'll take the Eagles. 100%.
Done.
Yes.
Wait, now is it?
No. He's not. Are you taking the Eagles or are you taking the Redskins do not win the division?
No, I'll go the extra mile. I'll take the Eagles.
Okay.
So if the Giants or the Cowboys win the division, it's a push.
Right.
It's no action. Null and void.
No action. Listed, no action.
Right.
Okay.
Deal. That's a good bet. Good bet.
The Eagles, did you see them play the game against Atlanta?
Yeah.
I mean, they
look pretty good. Atlanta? You see Atlanta? They look like shit.
They got Julio Jones. They can't be shit. They're not allowed to be shit.
That was the only thing they had. They just kept throwing them the ball over and over and over again.
They did. They really did. That last play, you knew it was going.
What would you do?
So Dallas and the Giants, Sunday night. Who do we got here, guys?
I'll take the Giants in that game.
I like the Giants.
I'm a Cowboys fan. I'll take the Giants. I think that the Giants, although the offensive line sucks, I think that both teams were similar teams last year. Although the Giants had a worse record, they both were just horrendous to watch. I think that the Cowboys took a step backwards, and I think that the Giants took a step forwards. So I'll go ahead and take the Giants on that. I mean, the Cowboys don't even have. What do they have? What's going on? Their center's out. The center's out.
Terrence Williams.
No, the center. Yeah, Terrence Williams, Cole Beasley. You got rid of Dez Bryant for no reason. I mean, I know we're all sick of paying this guy and we're sick of watching him act like an asshole on the sidelines, but at the end of the day, he's better than every player you have on your team. So you have to be realistic when it comes to it. It's like quitting a job without having a job to go to. You don't just fire your best player unless you have another guy.
So
they have
Giants.
no one. Yeah, absolutely. I'll take the Giants on that.
All right.
I'm the same thing. I'm going with the Giants. I actually think week one, you can't judge them. The Jacksonville defense is just too good. I can't come across on them and say, do or die, with them. They dropped a punt at the end of the game. Like, they had a shot. The kid dropped the punt.
Here's the thing. So here's a question, for you guys that watched the Giant game. It looked like the run defense was nice. It was stout. It was good. It was tenacious. It was right up in their face. But that was after Fournette came out of the game. Had Fournette been in the game, would that Giants defense have held up to the run?
No.
Right, so now they're going against Zeke. Are they going to be able to stop the run?
No. At the end of the day, I feel like the Cowboys, they're just not a complete team. Their offensive line is decimated. Their quarterback's not good. They have no receivers. Their defense sucks.
They also have no pass rush. They have no secondary. They have
Bill, that's the whole thing. What do I have to worry about? I go after Zeke. On my defense, my goal, crush Zeke. Let this fucking guy beat me deep. You know what I'm saying? I don't think they have the weapons to do it.
That's what happened to them this week. They just put 9 guys in the box every play. And they said, go ahead, Dak. Go ahead, Dak.
You do it. I'm not letting Zeke beat me. You got to beat me.
Speaking about Zeke, remember Zeke's roast beef outside the Dust Bowl?
Currently now Park Asia.
What was that rap? What was that rap video they did over there?
That was Sugar Hill Gang, man.
That was like Eric Sermon and some shit,
That was
right?
Rapper's Delight. That was Rapper's Delight, man.
Right, the remix,
That was Rapper's Delight. I say the hip hop, the hip to the hip hop, you don't stop the rocket to the beat goes on and the bang bang. Yeah, that was Rapper's Delight, man.
Yeah, they were inside the fucking restaurant, like he was getting like a roast beef fucking sandwich and shit. They like closed that place down.
They tried. Dougal, I don't know if you know, they tried to bring it back on like 3rd Avenue and 77th, between 77th and 78th Street. It didn't work out. He came back. Yeah, they had a run for like. Let me tell you, we got a good spot here. This place, Charlie's Subs.
Charlie makes a great sandwich.
Charlie
Subs. Hey, that's a Bay Original right there. He's a Bay Original, Fort Hamilton High School.
Yes.
Shout out to that kid. All success. I hope that sandwich shop really fucking does its thing.
Where is
he does an excellent job.
It's on 90, like 92nd and 3rd over there by, you know where the cigar shop is, the Humidor?
Yeah.
Right near there.
Yeah.
Yeah, right around there. And it's a good place. I heard he like cooks the cutlets at his mother's house.
Yeah,
brings them up the block.
If you order a chicken cutlet sandwich, he like leaves for a minute and then he comes back with fresh chicken cutlets.
Yes, that's a fact. That's a fact. That's fact.
I don't know where he goes to get these things, but I think they're frying them down the block in his mom's frying pan.
He went upstairs.
Yeah, I think he goes to his mother's down the block, I think.
Makes sense. I mean, where else would you want to do it? That kind of why not?
I'll tell you what, it's a good sandwich. It's one of the good sandwich spots we could have in the neighborhood. Still, there's a few left, but he's a bright shining star over there with those sandwiches.
I just love to root for local businesses to do well.
Yes,
in the current climate, and guys who grew up in the neighborhood.
100%.
Like you got these guys. The Kettle Black, Holbrook, Tuscany, fucking Monopoly. It's like they're playing Monopoly. And they went out there. They bought the green properties. They bought all 3.
They did.
Utilities.
They did good. They did good for themselves. You remember sneaking in Kettle Black when we were too young at the back door? Captain Kelly would have let us in the back. Well, that was so great. We go through the kitchen.
They got the
stop with those last names, man.
Well, we'll edit that out. Wait, what was the name again, Dave? It was David, the owner. Whatever. The owner.
Stop.
We'll edit that out.
Yeah.
That was good.
I just like to root for.
And I do too, and that's why I really root for Caves over here at Brooklyn Firefly.
Yeah, absolutely.
He does
the prices over the prices are good. Prices are fair.
They're reasonable. Yeah, he's reasonable.
He's reasonable. Yeah,
and
I agree.
Correct me if I'm wrong. That's right across the street from Pigeons. Or no?
Diagonal and 1. Diagonal plus 1.
Okay.
Dougal, it's where Lentos used to be.
Right, which is pretty close.
And actually, Dougal, so you know where Cangiano's used to be?
Yeah.
Now Circles bought out Cangiano's. They were like a deli. They brought them out. They kept the bread in there. They still make the bread now, Circles, and serve their food.
Yeah, Circles kind of had its day in the sun.
Going there has kind of rejuvenated it. I'm telling you, it's good. No, that other spot sucked. They like turned into
they were terrible.
Looked like a gas station. I don't know what was going on over there, but they did good going there. I'm telling you, it's a good spot. But I get a chicken cutlet and pita for like $6, like $5.95. But if people on the avenue, they rob you for sandwiches nowadays. They kill you.
It's because everything's all the hipsters, man. Everything's fancy now.
Let me get a bacon, egg, and cheese. Yeah, it'll be $15.75. Okay.
So you've been living but you've been living in LA too long. You just ordered a bacon, egg, and cheese. That's not the correct order. It's a bacon, egg, and cheese on and everything. You see how it's one word? And it's always on and everything. Dave?
I agree, especially when you go to Bagel Boys. Forget about it. You gotta get the everything.
But it's a bacon, egg, and cheese on and everything. It's
bacon,
one
egg,
word.
and cheese on everything. Bacon, egg, and cheese on everything. Bacon, egg, and cheese on everything.
Right. It's not bacon, egg, and cheese. Egg, bacon, cheese. You see, you're too laid back out there in that Cali. You're probably smoking that real sticky, icky. Ooh wee. Ooh-wee. This shit is legal out there now, right?
Yeah, you don't need the card anymore. The card is officially over. You don't need that no more.
So you just show up. You just walk in. You got to give them like a driver's license or something? Or you just walk in?
ID. Yeah.
Okay, so you show your ID. You just walk around. There's just like a selection of drugs. That's what happens?
I got a whole selection. I got a whole collection.
I
got a whole selection of my whole collection.
Dougal, let me ask you, because you're out there and you probably know better, the vape pen. What do you think of them?
I mean, I know a lot of people who do that. There's a whole bunch of them shits going around right now. I know Juul is like a big one, but at the end of the day, bottom line is I'm more of an old school guy. You know, I like to.
So Dave, you were never a super pothead. You were never a super pothead.
No.
I was a super pothead. Dougal was a super pothead. I'm no longer a pothead, but
we're gonna edit that out.
There's something to the ritual of getting the weed and breaking it down and rolling it up. It's part of it. I mean, for me, it always was. It's part of it.
Break
the
it
vape pen is
down.
cool.
Bang it up.
But the vape pen brings the convenience, I feel.
Oh, absolutely. You could smoke it in the restaurant. Like you
can smoke anywhere.
Yeah.
You sit anywhere.
Lisa smokes it on the plane when she goes on planes. Like literally just smokes it in her seat on the plane.
Now let me ask you, is the high from the
different?
It's different, right? Like what difference is it? Like I remember I used to get high and it'd be like I fucking would eat I'd be laughing and you could look at my face.
It's a cleaner high.
Is it longer?
I think it's shorter, but I think you're just taking different. I think you're taking a lesser amount is the difference.
Gotcha.
Because it's like you're not sitting there siphoning a vape pen.
Right, you take your two pulls, put it in your pocket.
Right. So, but you're maintaining this clean high where what I noticed, and I haven't used it very much because I kind of stopped smoking pot as those things were coming popular. But
left is right, right is wrong.
It's more of. Sometimes when you win, you really lose, and sometimes when you lose, you really win.
It's globular.
And sometimes when it's tie, you really what?
It's globular. I forget the exact quote.
First pair of tits I ever saw in a movie, right there.
Oh my God! I jerked off to that scene. I don't know how many times. I'll tell you right now.
That was the first pair of tits I ever saw. The second pair of tits I ever saw in a movie was in La Bamba, the opening scene.
So Richie, La Bamba,
Richie's watching.
Richie Valenzuela from Pacoima, from the Valley, from the San Fernando Valley. Richie Valenzuela, shout out Richie. Okay.
Sally from the Valley.
Yep.
Dougal, let me ask you, Dougal, what would it take to get you back to Brooklyn?
I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. Yeah, I'm different.
I'll tell you what. Yeah, give me Kansas City on that. Hey, shoot some more games at me.
Chargers -7 at Buffalo.
We did that.
Yeah, I don't want nothing to do with that game.
All right, give me a minute to look up more games. We
Bill,
can edit this out, guys.
Bill, what do you think about Mac Miller?
It's sad. Listen, anytime a young kid dies, it's sad. You know, I have an affinity for drug addicts too. I feel bad for them.
Yeah.
Well, you know what? No, I hear you, Bill. Let me cut you off real quick. Don't mean to cut you off, but he was just, I don't know. I mean, he was just watching the football game with his friends, and he was doing whatever he was doing. We could probably guess what he was doing, and he just didn't wake up.
I also didn't. I'm not a huge Mac Miller fan musically, but
he was a good rapper, though. He was a really good rapper.
I just wasn't a fan. I still feel bad, though. You know what I mean?
Yeah, listen, I was a fan. I definitely listened to him. I thought he was good. His last album was a little subpar. That's talking about after he passed. But, it's just a shame, man. This drug game is just, it's killing. And I'm assuming, this is a clear assumption, it was prescription drug shit.
It's for everybody, and these pills they're terrible.
They really are. And listen, like I feel bad for this girl, Ariana Grande, because she probably thinks, she probably takes it to heart that she caused it in a way. You know what I mean? Listen, I don't know the in-depth relationship shit, but when you break up with someone, you go do what you do, that fucks that person up. You know what I'm saying?
Breakups are never easy for anyone.
Never easy, especially with somebody with that built-in thing where I resort not to facing my problem, I'm gonna do some fucking drugs to relieve my problem, you know?
Listen, breakups are not easy for the person leaving the relationship either.
No, either. Yes, I agree with you, 100%.
They're very difficult circumstance to leave a relationship. How long were they together?
2 years.
I don't know the
2 years.
2 years?
I mean, for me, the first 6 are easy, so I'm not impressed with the 2 years. But in
yeah,
fucking,
2 years. Yeah, 2 years.
2 years
in
is
the
a good
spotlight.
little run there, though. Come on.
Yeah, especially in the spotlight. You give that credit.
No, I was just gonna say I got shit stains that are 2 years old.
I mean, I have underwear that's fucking 20 years old, but still, come on. 2 years is a long time. Come on.
Guys, I'll tell you what, I don't got shit stains that are 2 years old, and I don't have underwear that's 20 years old. I'm sorry. I can't
Really?
agree with you guys on that. I do not.
When's the last time you bought underwear?
I actually just ordered 3 brand new pairs.
No, I'm not talking about your
New
last
Balance
order. I'm talking
underwear.
about, no, I'm not talking about your last order. The stuff you have on
Listen,
stock.
Dave, you're talking to 2 guys who are applying for credit cards just so they can charge their phone. We don't have brand new underwear getting thrown around left and right. You turn them inside out a couple times, they last a week.
That's a luxury, huh?
Yeah.
I was lost, and now I'm found. I have my new charger, the Insignia.
Yo, this whole charger thing is a big scam, though.
Oh my god!
What
Bro, I went through hell and
phone
back.
charger?
I went through hell and back with these fucking chargers. I'll tell you right now.
What
I went through a whole shit
charger?
with this. Went through a whole thing.
What do you? Phone charger?
Yeah.
You can't. Here's the whole thing. You can't get the bootleg brand.
Yeah, but
Right.
even on top of that, Dave, every time a new phone comes out, they change the charger. Like, what are we doing here?
It's not every time. I agree that like that change up was fucked up, but you know, supposedly it was better. But the only thing that fucks up a charger is when you buy the cheap charger. That's what fucks it up.
Yo, do you know that in China it's a law that all chargers have to be universal for every phone?
Listen, go move to fucking China then.
I'm just saying.
What are you saying?
So hard then?
Because you don't. Because they have to be universal. I don't know, man.
Really, it's not that big of a deal. That's what I'm saying.
I don't know about this whole thing. You're bringing China into this. I don't know what's going on.
China.
All right. Philadelphia, -3 at Tampa. Tampa's coming off the game at the Saints. Everyone loved the Saints. Started off -7, went up to -10. We know what happened. Tampa won. Now you got Philadelphia off the win at home versus Atlanta. They're now on the road at Tampa, -3. I like Philadelphia in this game, but it just seems too good to be true. What do you think about this game?
No. That line should be 10, but everybody.
That's what I'm saying.
Freaking out because Fitzpatrick. Fuck Fitzpatrick with a stupid beard. He looks like a Billy Goat gruff.
Nah.
That guy.
Nah.
What is that?
Nah.
That's something the Jets. Get out. Listen, he used to do that with the Jets every once in a while too. He would throw 4 touchdowns, and he would come back the next week and throw 6 picks. Get out of here.
But why is
Get
it just 3? It should be 6. It should be 7. Why is it only 3? That's alarming.
No. Give me Philly.
It's in Tampa. Okay. You want Philly? I like Philly too. It just seems too easy though.
Give me Philly.
Okay.
Give me another game.
We have the Saints at home, -9 versus the Browns. The Saints coming off that horrible game at home against Tampa. Obviously, they lost. Everyone liked the Saints, just like the last game. Now they're back at home in the Superdome. Same kind of spread, playing against the same crappy team in the Browns. The Saints are -9. I think the Saints are going to really propel now. This is the game where they go 41-10 against the Browns. I'm not believing the Browns at all.
So last week I secretly went out and I didn't pay my mortgage and I put that money on the Saints. That didn't work out. So what we're going to do this week, obviously, we're going to double that up.
You going Cleveland? You go opposite. You going Oppo?
No, we're going to go New Orleans again. We're not going to pay the mortgage for 2 months, and hopefully they win.
Put it on the credit card, if anything. Worst comes to worst. You fucking sign up for a new credit card. You get the credit card in 7 days, and you put the payment on the credit card. No?
Worst comes to worst, my peoples come first.
First.
Gangster. That's real hip hop. Yeah. Come on.
I see the meme. They were like, we complain about like these rappers nowadays, but back in our days, the rappers used to bark like a dog. I was like, oh, this is
fantastic.
Atlanta -5 at home versus Carolina. Both teams are South teams. You got one. Is this a conference matchup? Are these teams in the same conference?
Yes. And
okay.
I don't think either team is very good.
All right. Atlanta off the loss at Philly. Carolina off the win at home versus not a very good Dallas team. Carolina's going into the Dome at Atlanta. You got Cam Newton in the Dome.
Bro.
It's a 5.5 point spread. It's a division game.
Cam Newton. It's a must-win for Atlanta. They had a game they should have won. They went to Julio Jones too much. They're gonna crush them.
You can't have a must-win in week 2.
What?
You can't have a must-win in week 2.
Yeah, you don't want to go 0-2. You can't go 0-2 right now. You're the Atlanta Falcons.
Well, it's another division game, just like that Saints and that Tampa was a division game. This is Carolina, Atlanta. Weird things happen. I feel like this is going to be a close game, a tight game, division game. It's a weird game.
And if you're gonna bet on that, go with the money line and take the home team.
So you're gonna lay like -180.
Listen, let me tell you, if you have to bet on that game, you got to take the money line and take the home team. I mean, what are you going to do? You're going to lay points in a game with 2 shit teams?
Now, how about this?
Where is that game?
That game is in Atlanta. That's in the Dome.
Yeah, you got to take the home team.
Okay.
Those guys might be a little fucked up this week, knowing that their entire state is about to get knocked off the map.
That's another thing you do got to look at. Unders. Take the unders now before the storm hits. Take a shot.
I just don't like Atlanta's offense. I mean, I feel like it's not getting better. You got Steve Sarkisian as the offense coordinator. It just, I don't know. It just seems like they're not comfortable in offense, especially in the red zone. I mean, you could throw it up to Julio Jones, and that's cool, and that's good, but when you get in the red zone, you got to be able to execute and score a touchdown. They're just not doing it.
I'm trying to figure out why they ride Julio Jones the whole way down the field and then don't throw him touchdowns.
They tried the last week. They tried forcing the ball. It didn't work out.
Well, they have like 3 guys on him in the red zone.
They did, and he still threw the ball there. Like, throw the ball to fucking the guy Sanu. Throw him.
They put 7 guys on.
Oh, he's ridiculous, but before that play, it ball's going to Julio Jones, cover Julio Jones. Like, it wasn't even like see if he's open, see the coverage. It was ball's going to Julio.
Yeah,
you kind of got to work. You kind of got to work this kid Ridley in now too.
I like Ridley. He was nowhere to be found last game. Where is he?
Nowhere.
Why is he not in the game? That's another discredit to fucking Steve Sarkisian in that offense. You got a fucking stud who played at Alabama, okay, who knows fucking Julio Jones. They went to the same school. They have a chemistry. Put the guy in the game. Put him in the slot.
Yeah, absolutely.
Put him in the slot. What do you got to lose?
Absolutely.
God.
You got to get these young kids on the field. You're going to ride Julio Jones. Julio Jones comes in questionable to every game for the last 5 years because he puts it out there every single play. Now you got a young kid out there that you can make run around a little bit, take a little bit of pressure off Julio Jones. No, they don't want to do that. They just want to ride the man. And you know what? I don't really blame him because
he's good.
He's really good at football.
And we have San Francisco -5.5 at home versus the Lions. Obviously, Detroit's coming off that Monday night game, a short week. They have to travel all the way to Northern California. They look like crap against the Jets. You got the 49ers with Garoppolo, lost a close game to Minnesota. How are we feeling about this?
I don't think that the 49ers, I might be wrong here, I think they have 1 touchdown since Jimmy Garoppolo took over last year. But they have like 70,000 field goals. Why can't this?
Let's double check. We're going to double check on that.
Yeah, please. Pull up those scores.
We're going to double check on that, but they do have a lot of wins, though. So Do you think they would win this game by more than 5.5 points against the Lions? I mean, the Lions look like crap, so obviously the Lions are due for a win, right?
Nobody's due for anything. It's the second week of the year. Hold on here. But are the Lions buying into Matt Patricia, or do they not want anything to do with him and they're trying to get him fired?
They fucking hate him.
Because they looked very disinterested in that game.
And he looked like a dick. He was like an asshole that just got blown out, and he's gonna go fucking home and order mad food and eat it, and while the game's still on, and be mad tired and just fall asleep, you know, and then wake up with all the food there, like all the empty shit.
How many touchdowns does Garoppolo have as a 49er?
We gotta double check that. We gotta look up on that.
I'll look that up now. I'm pulling up. Give me a sec.
We're gonna get our producer on that.
Dude,
we got eight touchdowns.
As a 49er.
Yeah, 8.
And how many games? 8.
And how many games? Games started 6.
Not bad.
All right, that's better than I thought.
He threw 1 touchdown, 3 picks the first game. He got sacked.
Not bad.
He got sacked 3 times the first game.
Not his fault. Dave, how many wins and how many losses in those games?
He's 7-6 right now with the 49ers.
Really? Wait, in 13, he played 13 games?
No, hold on. I'm sorry.
Hold on a second. Wait a second.
I'm sorry. No. That's not the win-loss. I apologize.
Okay.
Hold on.
We'll edit that out. No one will ever hear that.
9 games.
No one will ever hear that.
I feel like he has maybe 9 games.
I mean, yeah, like 8 or 9 games. How many games did they win?
All right, something else while I look this up.
Yeah, this is all going to be edited out. This is all going to be edited out. No one's ever going to hear this.
Powerful editing tools from Google.
You know, I got a whole studio over here. You know what I'm saying? I got a whole my gears and everything, my switches and everything. And
he was like last year he was 1-3.
What? No, that's not right. No way.
You sure?
Nah, that's not right, bro. Well, he got traded mid-season.
I apologize. That was wrong.
All right, so I don't know if we can't trust you here. You cannot be trusted now.
Hold on. I got to go to a different website. That website.
All right, so just while he looks that up, Bill, let's move on to the next game here. We got Denver at home -5.5 versus Oakland. Where do you stand on this game?
Denver.
I feel like Denver's going to win this like 30, like 20.
Although I'm not in love with Denver at all this year.
Who's their quarterback? I don't even know. Keenum?
Case Keenum.
Is it? Okay. I don't even know.
I'm not a Case Keenum guy. He did take the Vikings to the NFC Championship. He's definitely an upgrade from who they had last year.
Right. Like, they had like 3 dudes. One guy was like from Northwestern. Yeah, they had some horrible guys.
So he's definitely an upgrade. I still personally don't think that he's a starting quarterback in the NFL. He should be, at least. That's just my opinion. But I don't know. I would still take Denver in that game.
Yeah, especially they're at home, Mile High and shit.
Yeah, I would definitely take Denver in that game. I like Denver there.
Thursday night, Baltimore -1 at on the road at Cincinnati. Division game. This is gonna be one of those where they're like trying to kill each other. Remember that Pittsburgh? That Pittsburgh-Baltimore game last year when guys was taking guys' heads off?
That was disgusting.
That was almost like, if that wasn't a football game, guys could have got charged with like manslaughter and shit. You know what I mean? Like guys could have got charged with like intent with a deadly weapon or whatever.
That was terrible.
Yeah, he had 6 games started in 2017. He's 5-1.
Oh, that's pretty good. I would say that's okay, right?
Yeah.
5-1. That's not bad.
Yeah.
That's more what I was looking for there, Dave. Thank you.
Yeah. He was 5-1. He was 5-1.
Not bad.
No, Jimmy was good. Jimmy was a 5-1, and then he took the L the first week here.
All right, so 5-1's good.
Yeah, it is what it is, bro. You had a bit out. What are you gonna do? You can't fucking ride the guy for that. His first week out. Come on.
Yeah, I'm not worried about that. In my head, I feel like they never score touchdowns. I might be totally mistaken on that, though.
I feel like that game's too easy, though. 49ers -5.5 against Detroit. Detroit got blown out.
Detroit Listen, they looked fucking horrible.
I like the 49ers too, but
they lost to the Jets.
Does that still hold weight though? Like,
yeah.
That Jets defense looked pretty good though. That Jets defense looked really good.
Really good.
It's the Jets, guys. What are we doing here?
Oh, they have Darnold now. It's a different team.
Darnold. It's a different team. They got premier quarterback.
Hold on a second. Darnold threw for 160 yards. Let's everybody remain calm.
Was that pass to Robbie Anderson though? Come on.
Oh, it was a beautiful pass. That was a bullet. I mean, he threw a fucking missile 50 yards down the field. He played very well. The offensive, when he threw that touchdown, did you see the offensive line? They were over him. They were like hugging him and picking him up. They were so excited. You want to see that. You also got Josh down over there doing something really, really sweet. He's paid on the team. I mean, he's getting paid more than enough money to do what he's doing, but he's out there helping this kid. You know what I mean? He doesn't have to do that.
So they're all on the same page, you're saying, right? Everyone's on the same page. We're blocking for him. We like him.
It looks like they bought into Bowles.
He's fat. Bowles had a bowl of fucking spaghetti before the game. I'll tell you that right now.
Switching topics real quick. I'm gonna switch over to baseball real quick. I got a question for you, William. You're a Red Sox fan and all, right?
Yeah.
So let me ask you a question. If you're Mookie Betts, right?
Yeah.
Let's say we're in
that. I use the axe bat.
All right, good. Let me say we're in the 162nd last game of the season, all right? Let's say your boy J.D. Martinez is leading in homers and RBIs right now. He has it locked. And he's 3 points behind you in the batting average race, okay? This game means absolutely nothing for the Red Sox. Would you sacrifice your batting title to help him win a batting title, to win the Triple Crown?
No.
You wouldn't help him win the Triple Crown? All right.
No. And I'll tell you this, Dave. If that was, let's just say, me and you, which obviously it isn't, if you let me win the Triple Crown, I'd have a problem with that.
I guess you're right. I mean, how many opportunities in your life? I agree. I would be pissed if you let me win the Triple Crown because it'd be tainted. But how many opportunities in your life do you get to win this fucking Triple Crown, bro?
You think Jose Reyes still feels bad about coming out of that game?
He's such a pussy. I lost all respect for that guy.
You think he still feels bad about that, or you think
he should?
No, he moved on from that. That was like 10 years ago. He moved on from that. I mean, he beat his wife 3 years ago. That's the whole. I mean, he's for sure it's worried more. What about that? He has bigger problems. You know what I'm saying? He has bigger problems than that. That's in the rear view. You know, things have happened since then.
You're really up on the past domestic violence cases. Does that have to do with the alleyway still?
I mean, I think it's settled. Like they came to like an amicable agreement and shit. You know, whatever.
Yeah, he punched her in the face and then he gave her money.
No, he pushed her up. Actually, well, I don't want to relive this, but long story short, they were in the hotel room and he pushed her up against the shower, and it was like a glass shower. If it was like a curtain shower, he would have been good, but it was like a glass, like, you know, like the one where you got to push it, you know, on the little thing.
When you got to slide it, slide it open.
Yeah, slide. You got to slide on the whatever the fuck it's called. Sliding door. You cracked. It cracked. Didn't break. It was a crack.
Did she receive a laceration?
It was a crack. I don't know.
All right, guys, that's it. We're over.
The podcast you just heard was published with Anchor. Got something you want to say to the creator of this show? Send them a voice message using the Anchor app, free for iOS and Android.